When I first started in sales, I'm going to really date myself here, but it was probably 25, 28 years ago. My mentor asked me a question and he says, what's your goal for the new year? I said, well, my goal is to make $100,000. Now, y'all have to understand this is in the mid 80s. So $100,000 then is like probably $500,000 today. And he looks at me and goes, really? How much did you make last year? 34,000. Okay. How about the year before? 22. Okay. So I have a question. Just because you have a new job and you're selling a new product, what makes you think all of a sudden you're going to 3x your income? What's your plan? Well, I got a picture of the BMW I want on the refrigerator. Yeah, no, that's not enough. So he asked me a question that was pretty life-changing. He said, the reason people don't hit their goals is because they set their goals. They say what they want. They put a picture of it on the refrigerator, but they never ask a more important question, and that is, what are you willing to give up? I said, well, what do you mean? He says, I want you to go home tonight and think about what you're willing to give up. I do remember that I used to go to the Jackalope bar every single day and meet with all the other sellers and talk about how if we were running things, the operations would be much better. And then I'd be a little hungover in the morning. So I thought, okay, I will give up going to the Jackalope bar for 3 hours. I may go for 20 minutes and have a beer, but I'm going to give that up. And instead, I'm going to use that time to do more training, because I will tell you one thing. In sales, there's only 2 ways to increase your income: more training or more customers, period. I don't know of any other way. So I came back. I told him my plan. He said, great, that might get you to 50K. You need to give up something else. I'm thinking, what? So I finally realized, yeah, I also need more customers. So I will commit to cold calling every single morning. So I said, I am going to call this many referrals. He said, great, that'll get you to about 70K. He says, there's one more thing you got to give up, and it's going to be hard for you. He says, the one thing you need to give up is your goddamn ego. He said, here's the thing, Shari, when you don't get a sale, you know what you do? You play the blame game. It's everybody else's fault. It's marketing's fault. It's the new pricing's fault. Your Venus is in retrograde. I don't know. But you don't take responsibility. And that's when he told me something that changed my life. He said, we can't take the glory for being great if we won't take the responsibility when we're not. And if you want to find true power, you want to get into your own power, we need to own it. We need to own it. And he taught me, you can lose the deal, but don't lose the lesson. And that year, I not only made $108,000, I got a brand new white BMW. And I was pretty psyched because he helped me to get rid of my ego and change my self-talk. I want to give this sort of exercise to you because it's a great way to have a culture of responsibility and accountability. And that is this. He said, Shari, from now on, I want you to change the pronoun. Change the pronoun. What does that mean? He said, I don't ever want you to say again, they couldn't afford it. You have to say, I didn't show them the value. You are no longer to say, well, they decided they're not looking for a new position right now. You have to say, I guess I didn't create enough excitement. It's about changing the pronoun and owning it. And if you change the pronoun, you'll change your life, because that gives us the power to grow and learn and to say, what could I have done better?